Yo, what is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family? Back once more with another daily live stream. It was a very quick launch. I apologize, I'm quite late today, but I couldn't wait any longer. I was late, but once I had my sources, once I was ready doing what I was doing beforehand, I couldn't wait a second longer because people are going to join the stream. They're going to be wondering what's happening with crypto right now, and I like to believe I have the answer to, or at least an answer. We are potentially on the cusp of a massive major black swan event. If you look at any financial market, whether it be crypto, whether it be stocks, right now everything is collapsing, and that is based on an announcement soon to be President Donald Trump made about, well, I think it was even yesterday or the day before, very recently nonetheless. Now, as a result, Bitcoin has lost 100k support level, coming down, now valued at 96k, $96,400, down 3.70%, and the market is going through a major long liquidation. Some of them are crashing. Casper right now has corrected heavily, down 6.89% on the daily time frame, valued at 11.85 cents, and this is precisely what I was talking about. When people asked me yesterday, can Casper go down further than 12 cents, further than 11 cents, go down further? I said, truth be told, I don't know. Personally, I don't think it will go below 11 cents, this level of support down here, unless we get a major crisis. Right now, we are witnessing, or at least seemingly in the cusp of a major crisis. So, there's now opportunity, a very real opportunity, a very real possibility, not opportunity, possibility, that we could see Casper correct to new, at least more recent new all-time lows. I could see Casper coming down further than 10 cents here, depending on how the market recovers from the news. I personally right now do think that Bitcoin may correct down to 985. Right now, if I'm being completely honest, again, it depends. This may not come to fruition. Obviously, I really hope it doesn't. But for me, I think that Bitcoin will come down to probably between 85 to 80k, around here, around this zone here. Some saying it will come down even further, and of course that is entirely possible. It depends on what exactly happens based on the developments we've got in the stream. I can see everyone's very nervous right now. We've got 48 people already in just 4 minutes. That's insane, the quickest I've had anyone on the stream before, and I'll explain why. I think Bitcoin right now could be preparing to have a major downside. We have, and if you've been watching my stream for a while, you know I've been saying this. Bitcoin had a major rally from Trump's election at 68k all the way up to 108k now in the span of a month, a little over a month. It's done very well, month and a half. It was due to have a call-off period, due to have some liquidation of longs coming down, and because of what's happened with Trump, it seems to be coming down right now. It's not the first time we've seen this either. In fact, last time Trump was in power, back in 2018 or 2019, that when he was in office back then, it happened as well. Government shutting down. We're going to get into that in stream. As always, we've got some more news as well regarding crypto developments, regarding Casper developments as well. We've got some actually bullish news for Casper. We'll get into that, of course, in the stream. So where ultimately the FOMO, for, if you will, for Casper is my way of trying to reassure you all what, yes, you may want to take out right now if you're leverage trading, and I understand if you want to take out a crypto, it may not be a bad idea. Not financial advice, of course. But my reasoning for expressing my bullish sentiment behind Casper in this stream is not to tell you that Casper's not going to correct really far down. It probably will. But what I do believe is that Casper will still come back, and it will be a very explosive reversal when the markets recover. We'll get into that, of course, in this stream. As always, I know there's doom and gloom about right now, but I'm here to try and give you some understanding. You've got FUD right now. The fear is still there. The uncertainty and doubt hopefully will not be there anymore, at least not as much. You can still be feared, you can still be a doomer, but I'm here to try and at least bring some clarity to you all. But as Bufflink says at the bottom here, if you've joined this stream, be doing these daily, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Vaz first. Big up to my man Johnny Tucker Outdoors second. Dead Duck third. Christopher fourth. Looks like we're having people getting close to fourth as well. Big up to all of you here in the stream right now. Kimberly, poor Casper, let's hope. I mean, yeah, it's not even just poor Casper, it's poor crypto. Casper, of course, has been struggling for the longest in the top 100 for the last year. But yes, right now everything is crashing. Like C crashing, Tau crashing, Naka crashing. Casper is not below 10% right now, so technically it's just heavily correcting. But I'll be honest, I think by the end of the day, Casper could very well be down at 10 cents at this point. It could be a severe crash. We'll talk about it more in the stream. I'm just emotionally checking out and not looking at my account right now. Yeah, I feel you right now. I do. Right now, I actually think, even though I bought Casper at 5 cents, as I mentioned previously in my last few streams, I'd obviously be DCAing constantly, which has been bigger for my bag. I've not been putting a lot in, of course, but DCAing little bits here and there throughout my time holding Casper, which has now upped my average. So I think now I actually might be negative in Casper as well. Now, does that mean I'm worried about Casper? Hell no. I can promise you now, wholeheartedly, hand on heart, scouts honoured, I don't care. I'm holding all my assets because I know, at least I believe, not financial advice, I believe they will all come back. Of course, time will tell. Thank God I sold all my Casper at 16 cents. Well, honestly, good for you, my man. Good for you. I do think Casper's going to come back. I think crypto's going to come back. I think it'll come back and become very, very bullish. We'll see ridiculous highs when the time is right. But right now, crypto may go down a little bit further. Come end January, things will pump again. Potentially, when Trump gets into office, we'll have to wait and see. Of course, we'll get to that right now in the stream. 5 cents, I'll buy more, maybe 2 cents. I mean, if you've got your buy orders down there, crypto cash, then I pray for you. I would be surprised if it came down that far. Not saying it's not possible. Anything's possible right now. But I'd be surprised if it came down that far. For me, Casper will probably come down to maybe 9-8 cents. Again, I haven't looked at it I haven't put too much thought into it because again, I don't care too much on the immediate short term for Casper. I'm doing these dips right now. Once I get my next paycheck from the extra job that I do, I'll probably be DCAing more into Casper as a result. But I'm going to be taking this as an opportunity for me to get more Casper. I'm not going to be taking anything else Casper. I haven't and I still won't. Not until I reach the time that I think is ready, which is again end of the bull cycle when Casper starts pumping. I think Casper still is on track for $2 a cycle. I know it sounds quite far-fetched now, being that it's near 10 cents, which would be therefore a 20x. But of what's coming to the cycle, ETFs, institutional adoption, therefore, KRI, smart contract, 10 BPS, tier 1 listings, 10 like all this sort of stuff, I still see Casper making a very parabolic run, flip of the switch sort of stuff very quickly. But of course, yes, I understand if there's no belief in that right now. Time will tell. But again, we've seen in the past how quickly Bitcoin can jump in price and how quickly it can fall in price. The markets are very volatile. That's what crypto is about. So you've got to be very careful and trade at your own discretion. QC and Casper family. Oh my gosh, I have 13 cents, but more like 10. I mean, yeah. Looks like some people had a good. Some people seemingly were psychic, predicted what's going to happen right now. Obviously, the reason why I named the title Major Financial Black Swan because no one really predicted that this was going to happen. It's a black swan. Black swan meaning it's a serious event that no one was aware of, and that's effectively what's happening right now. But of course, before we get into the Casper FOMO, the good news of why I still believe in Casper, we're going to get into the major post here. So, here from Unusual Wales. Breaking. If Congress fails to act and approve the spending bill by Saturday, which is only, today's Wednesday, so 3 days' time. Is it Wednesday? It is Wednesday, so I'm Thursday, wow, so 2 days' time. So if Congress can't act and approve the spending bill by Saturday, 2 days' time, the US government will run out of funds to maintain operations, according to Reuters. Now, we can see from the context here that it's not exactly the case, but more so it will be that the federal agencies must cease all non-essential functions. So it means that the government will still function, but it won't be functioning at the same level. So effectively, it's a sort of shutdown, right? Now, there's two things to go into this. First off is the SEC, and second off is Reuters. We'll get into the paper as well. SEC has put on their website SEC operational status. In the event of a federal government shutdown due to a lapse in operations, which effectively is going to happen very soon potentially, the SEC's operating status will change concurrently with the rest of the federal government. In accordance with the agency's plan, of course we can check it out here, but ultimately it seems that they are preparing for a potential shutdown, the SEC. Now, we don't really care about the SEC and their tyranny they've done, so we're not too worried about that, but they are a federal agency. Ultimately, this is proof that the government seems to be preparing for a shutdown, a black swan, and that is why financial markets are in disarray right now, especially crypto, and of course, therefore, especially Casper, why Bitcoin is correcting. So, according to this paper here from Reuters, Trump rejects bipartisan US spending bill, raising government shutdown risk. Ultimately, why is it not unhighlighting? There you go. So ultimately, Trump recently, I read through this, I'm trying to find out where he said it. So Trump said recently that he wanted to enforce a new bill. I saw it earlier. I apologize. I did see it earlier. So Trump urged Congress to pass legislations that would tie up loose ends. That was it. Yeah, so Trump basically is trying to He's trying to raise the debt ceiling. I think that's what I saw earlier. I'm going to just Control F because I know I saw it said debt ceiling. Yeah, here you go. So Trump said Congress should limit the bill to temporary spending and disaster relief and also raise the national debt ceiling now before it comes to the head of the year. So he's basically trying to change the bill while also raising the debt ceiling. The problem with that is that currently, despite the government and Congress are changing, it's still very much in favour of Biden. It's still Biden's people in power for the most part. And of course, those two don't see eye to eye. So therefore, there's a chance that if they don't approve it by Saturday, 2 days' time, we're going to see from Saturday, being the Saturday the 21st, till Trump's inauguration, which is January 20th. So in literally a month's time, there'll be a month of the government basically taking a step back, which is problematic. To say the very least, it's very problematic. So I will, it ultimately means, that we could see some serious repercussions in the financial markets. We are seeing some stuff already, over $1.1 billion liquidated in crypto over the past day, 24 hours, and we'll see a lot more, I'm sure. We also got this, and might add to it as well, the judge sentenced falsely proclaimed Bitcoin creator Craig White to 1 year in prison. Now, of course, it's falsely proclaimed, but either way, any connection to Bitcoin can cause FUD as well. But make no mistake, ultimately it comes down to this as well. And it would be the first government shutdown since the one that extended through December 2018 to 2019 during Trump's first 4 years. So again, this is not the first time this happened. It happened the first time Trump was going to become president, inaugurated back in 2018, 2019. The government shut down for about a month. And then it came back. Of course, this was, 2019 being the year of COVID as well, latter end of it. But either way, it's not the first time this has happened. And this, again, the current bill would fund government agencies at current level, provide $100 billion disasters relief and $10 billion in aid farm. All the information that is in here right now, I will be linking in my Discord server, which is on my YouTube home screen right here. It's also in the description and also now going to be in the chat. But I'll be linking this in my Discord server for you to be able to read up into it on yourself. We'll get into it more, I imagine, throughout the stream as well, people who join it a little bit later on. But this, to me, is ultimately the reason why we could potentially see a shutdown. Trump's attempt to influence Congress more than a month before he takes office could complicate efforts to avert a shutdown that would disrupt everything from air travel to law enforcement in the days leading up to Christmas holidays. He warns that Republicans who vote for current legislative package could have trouble getting re-elected. So basically, Trump's telling these people right now who's in power, if you do not vote for this new bill that I want when I'm in power, then you're not going to have a job when I get inaugurated in January 2020. I guess he wants everyone on his side. That I understand that to an extent, but it's fighting words, and it's not gonna. People aren't gonna be happy with that. He's being a bully, which he's gonna be the president, hopefully saving America in their current financial crisis. They need to do something quite drastic to save America's financial deficit. So again, that's not me necessarily supporting Trump. I'm just stating right now that he's basically slamming his balls on the table, saying, "Agree with me, or you're losing your job." Now, alpha play if you will, but of course, no one's going to be happy about that. If your friend or, someone you didn't even like, someone who came in who has now got like your boss, for example, people who have your jobs, your boss now says, do what I tell you or I'm firing you. Are you going to want to work for the man or at least try and be in his good places? Not really, not really. So any Republican that would be so stupid as to do this should and will be premiered. Ultimately could end up losing their job. So he's now said that Congress need to act and approve the spending bill by Saturday, and if not, you're going to end up losing your job. And therefore, if you're going to lose your job when he gets inaugurated, they're not going to want to work anymore. So again, the government, not technically, but the government will to an extent effectively shut down. So this is predominantly the reason why, at least from what I can see, the reason why Bitcoin's taken a heavy turn. All financial markets taken a heavy turn. Casper right now is down 6.22% on the daily time frame. Again, there's nothing confirmed. What I suspect will happen, you will see a correction today, and therefore you'll see Bitcoin and Casper and crypto probably consolidate at their support levels tomorrow. They'll probably consolidate at the support level tomorrow, so Casper may consolidate around this zone tomorrow. And then come Saturday, if there's nothing approved, and therefore the worry and FUD the government's going to shut down come to fruition on Saturday, we'll then see all these support levels that were here, like here and here, will just get blown through and go down further. Now, again, how far we go down, time will tell. We'll have a whole month of this, so it doesn't necessarily mean we'll see a whole month of downside potential. It could just be a week or two, and then we just see low levels for the rest of the time, and then gradually building up to when Trump comes into office and fixes this whole crisis, if you will. But this is effectively where we're at right now. I'll come back to it a little bit more on the stream, because I'm sure people who are joining later want to understand exactly what this flat Blackswan is, and I think it's worthwhile me talking about it again, because again, it is important. And once more, to reiterate all this information, I'll be part of my Discord server. But yeah, there's a lot of FUD right now as a result of it. Apparently also, and I've not fact-checked this, I need to be able to find this sorted, but apparently Haley Welch, who made the Hawk Tour coin, which ended up being a massive scandal, apparently she's being sued, which... The reason why I'm not sure if it's true is because there aren't any regulations in play right now. So while I wouldn't be too surprised, I can't say for sure that's actually the case. But either way, right now we have got a Blackswan event seemingly looming 2 days away now. No one predicted, well, to an extent no one predicted this. You know, Trump's trying to make some serious headwinds and, you know, has caused some serious backlash instead. And it's a problem, to say the least. Now, I will come, again, I'll full circle this as well whilst talking about some other important news in due time, but I do want to also briefly cover some big news for Casper, why, even though Casper correcting and may correct further, why I'm still bullish, very bullish on Casper and crypto going forward. So Casper, for one, recently released their Crescendo roadmap update again. I linked this in my Discord server, where they talked about launch is stabilized, obviously complete, identify bottlenecks that also got completed a while back. Then recently, after their testnet 11 10 bps test on they did about on the 3rd, I think, of December, they completed that now. So the iterative improvement has now been completed as well. So next thing to do is enhance user experience and additional features. So on to the next step now of the roadmap, which is bullish. It's very big news. So potentially we're still on track to see Crescendo finish by the end of Q1, so around March, maybe February, March time. Again, time will tell how quickly it takes. Because what you need to remember as well, which once more information is in my Discord server, which I'm going to quickly preload just to be sure. I have to scroll up through. I apologize. Give me 10 seconds. You can just listen to my beautiful voice and talk in the chat whilst I do it. Yeah, so here is this image here. I'm going to just quickly save it so I can preload it. So I did take the screenshot from a tweet that happened from Codeware Stuff here from the Discord server, so you can see it right here. Ultimately, once more covering what we need to see happen with the final 10 BPS, which is important. And it basically just talks about numerous elements here about, you know, testing it, making sure it's all good, then coordinating with the integrators, so pools and exchanges. Now, this for me may be what will delay the release of 10 BPS. I think personally, once more, not financial advice, but I think personally, these two features won't take as long. These two were the longest and hardest parts. This was also probably quite a grueling task. Of course, I'm not a developer, so I can't confirm this myself, but I'd like to believe that doing fine-tuning elements here wouldn't take too long. Quality of life stuff shouldn't take too long. I think 10 BPS will probably be quite good as it is already. But the problem will come down to these two elements here, which effectively come down to making sure that the pools, so mining pools and exchanges, have been coordinated with Casper to make sure that they have migrated to the new software, to 10 BPS network. And there will be problems with that. Once more, that's why there's a belief that Binance and other exchanges won't be listing Casper until the hard fork is done, because once more, there can be complications with this hard fork. You can be exposed to bad actors and to glitches in the system. So it can be a risky time, hence why normally exchanges will lay off and take a step back until the hard fork is done before listing the project. Of course, yes, time will tell. But either way, I'm still bullish. This is a very big step for Casper. Once more, saying that once we get to, 3 months from now, hopefully Casper will make history once again and become even more dominant. Not to mention as well, recently, even earlier today, Casper, and shout out to Casper for my man for letting me know this once more, Casper, and even my server, the International Association of Trusted Blockchain Applications listed Casper as nominated for the most exciting decentralized finance solution category of 2025. Say what you will about Casper and their lackluster price action. This sort of information here is what will bring developers and institutions to the project, which will in due time then bring more money to Casper through retail. It's a very, very big deal. INATBA, INATBA, offers public and private developers and users of DLT a global forum to interact with regulators and policymakers and bring blockchain technology to the next stage. These are people who voted for Casper. Their connections are to policymakers and regulators and bringing blockchain technology to the next stage, and they have voted for Casper. They've nominated Casper. I'm hoping you're deeping and understanding truly how important that is. That someone with such massive and deep connections to the people who literally will allow Casper to flourish or not effectively have nominated Casper as the most exciting DeFi solution category 2025. Once more, Casper price action, while lackluster and frustrating, I agree, has been due to manipulation, has due to many factors. I understand that much. It is frustrating holding Casper. There's no doubt about it. And of course, we as investors want to make sure we make money. So ultimately, how good the technology is, to an extent, is null and mute because we want to make money. And if we're not making any money, then why are we bothering? These sort of developments will become an integral part to the price action going forward. That's not speculation. That for me is fact. I mean, I guess it's my belief, it's my fact, but I think it is fact. I've seen it in the past. Solana came out with one of the fastest, L1s at the time, that as a new project that went parabolic. Sui right now is also meant to be one of the fastest. That's why it's got VC back in the top, and Sui's going parabolic. All projects that come through something innovative, something very very unique, at least on the get-go, something that's better, does very, very well off the jump. And Casper right now has been nominated as one such project. So it's going to do well, in my belief. Once we get this liquidation of longs, once we get this Blackswan out of the way, which of course we're updating people frequently through my server, through these live streams, about what we potentially could expect. Once we get to the so-called next level, next bottom, that for me will probably hopefully be the last time Casper comes down that far, and that will probably be the sign of a disgusting reversal for Casper. When institutions and regulators and policymakers and developers realize and understand this, which they do, evidently, thanks to this company here, they'll realize that they understand this, and they start with 10 BPS with smart contract building on Casper as well. That will bring their institutional money through Casper. That will also bring retail, because they'll see the development coming on chain. They'll bring retail on board, and now see this price parabolic. You'll see the likes of Binance, the likes of Coinbase, the likes of OKX, the likes of Gemini, the likes of Crypto.com, and many more tier ones up there as well. They'll see them jump onto the Casper, listing the project, and now seeing Casper's price through a frenzy. Again, not financial advice, my personal belief, but this is a extremely important catalyst for Casper. Not to happen now, of course, the market is not ready for it. Why is there good news for Casper's price not pumping? Because the market is not in a good state for it. The market is struggling, it's collapsing because of this announcement from Trump. And Casper as well, despite this corrective behavior, the miners aren't fading it. A new all-time high in hash rate, 1.53. Again, shout out to Casper Frog. Absolutely huge, another new all-time high. So despite the fact that Casper's correcting right now and it's struggling in price action, the miners are still about. They're still mining more and more of Casper. The crucial element to understand how good a project is, right now Casper price action is bad. We understand that much. But is the project dead? Is it going to die? No. For two, and this is literally, if you want to have at least my belief, a very fundamental, understanding of where Casper will go, being a proof of work project, you look at the wallets and you look at the hash rate. The wallet tells you how many wallets are holding Casper, therefore the adoption of the project. We got 558,000, and we actually have seen a minuscule increase today in the last 24 hours. So the adoption is not falling off at all. The price going down is due to money leaving the market. It's through off-chain accounts. It's not through, per se us. I'm sure that it will start dropping down in the next few days based on this development, but the adoption is still very, very high. But more importantly, also the hash rate. The hash rate is a crucial element of proof of work projects. What it explains to you is the adoption of the project. So the higher this number is, it means there's more adoption, but also the proof of work project is more secure. It's safer. Casper right now is the second best proof of work in terms of hash rate. After Bitcoin is Casper. Casper's been out for 3 years. You've had Dogecoin, you have Litecoin, you have Bitcoin Cash. It's been out for much longer. Casper better than all of them in 3 years. And it's still going up, still making all-time highs. It's been stagnant for a while, about a month. Or at least it was for about a month here. Had a massive leg down. To a reason that I'm not particularly sure about, truth be told. I've not found a reason why, but regardless of that, it came back up, and now it's going another leg up again, going higher. Why? Maybe because there are institutions or more money is getting online. I know there's a Canadian company that's transformed their whole memo to becoming a Casper mining company. You've got Marathon that I'm sure are buying and accumulating more and more Casper. You probably have also a lot of the miners who bought from Ice River and Bitmain, I believe they are. Apologies if I butchered the company name, but a lot of the people bought the miners a while back, and they're, to my knowledge, again, I don't mine Casper, so I can't be sure, but to my knowledge, they are now getting shipped today, or during this month, during December, so you're seeing more miners come online. While the price of Casper is down, which will make mining less profitable for Casper, as the KF confirmed in their AMA on Twitter on the 10th of November, so about 5 weeks from now, while confirming a number of things with exchanges as well, and other news like MEXC and whatnot, they also stated their belief that the reason Casper price is not moving and why it's dropping is not a result of miners selling, because once more, a lot of these miners also would be mining Bitcoin, and they understand that, the price is due to come back up. So the miner are the ones selling Casper. Again, I can't say for sure, I'm not a miner, but as far as I'm aware, to the people who do mine who are in my community who've let me know, they haven't sold any of their Casper. They're just mining more and more of it. And once more, with the release of KRC20, which of course will probably be taking a hit right now as well. I haven't checked it right now. Yes, to be expected, quite a heavy hit. Naturally down to 27 million market cap. Can go almost 27 as well, but also 26, 27 million. But when the volume spikes up, once the adoption when you saw KRC20 initially relaunch, which happened on the 15th of September, the miners who came to KRC20 made ridiculous money. When KDAO was launched on the... Gonna find the dates because I recognize it from the chart, I just don't remember the name. It happened here on the 22nd of October. I mean, once more, I can just check. It was 59 days ago. There you go, 21st of October. That day also caused a massive amount of money to be made from the miners due to the high transactions coming to KRC20. That is why when Casper's fully mined out by, I believe, 2039, that won't cause the project to die, because the miner can just go to KRC20, which will be by that point having DAG-Knight, 100 bob per second, smart contracts, institutional adjustment with KII, ETS, everything else on that platform. So the amount of transactions going through KRC20 will be so massive that you'll probably see a lot of money being made. And Casper at that point, I imagine, will also be extremely expensive, because people who are still mining Casper will stop if the currency itself is still staying cheap. They'll just go to KRC20 instead. So the price of Casper is going to have to increase in value for miners to stay on board mining the project. That's how proof of work generically works. That's why Bitcoin, if deflationary, it still goes up in value over time because it's being mined. And if it doesn't go up in value, the miners won't make money and they're going to just leave the project. It won't happen that way. We've got this post here from Christian Ludwig, obviously replying to Fred Cougar, who has blocked him because, he's a man-child, a Bitcoin maxi who hates Casper because he's not done research into it. He said Casper is a coin nobody's ever used, worth 3 billion, yet there's literally multiple sets of proof of work daily transactions recorded already. We've seen it with KRC20 as well. Now, to an extent of how Ethereum's used and Solana's used and even Bitcoin's used, yes, Casper's not on that level yet because it's a 3-year-old project. 3-year-old project worth 3 billion is nothing to scoff at. It's a very big deal. With lack of adoption, with only Kraken being the so-called tier 1. But it has multiple sets, multiple proofs of transactions. People have used it already. It's going to get used more in the future. And then we have this post here, a little back and forth between the developers of Alexis, Xelis, Xelis, and Shy, which for me is also very important, once more being a Discord server. Which is, for me, why I love Shy is because Shy, I like to believe, he's probably a little bit more sharp-tongued than I think I am. I'm sure I've missed a lot of questions. I apologize, I'll come back to the questions in a moment. But where Shy, I think, is more sharp-tongued than I am. Sharp-tongued than I am. He also reiterates basically how I believe, which is the fact that when there's any FUD, I always say that any FUD is an educational opportunity. That is effectively what I do in these streams. Right now, the FUD is parabolic. What do I do? Do I panic? Am I emotional? No. I'm logical, and I use this opportunity to try and help educate people on my beliefs. Once more, it's my belief, not financial advice. You do your own research, go away, do your own research. Even when Shai is saying the stuff he's saying here, he provides proof of this stuff, so you can go away and do your own research yourself to see if he's actually talking the truth. But we can see here, FarmerBot here, the developer, or whatever he is, asking Shai, I think they've been going back and forth for quite some time. And instead now, for my belief of those two going back and forth about each other, he's now come at Shai about Casper, which, Shai does address about, I hate it how they've changed the subject to Casper now. They're not even, coming after me anymore as a human being, as an individual. They're just thinking about him as Casper. Although, again, Shai is not a representative of Casper. Yes, he's the Casper KOL. He's a very big focal point. But what Shai said to do on his Twitter is not Casper. It's not the Casper Twitter. This is the whole argument once more with the whole Middle East information, and the Middle East crisis and war. Shai venting and portraying his emotional feelings regarding the whole war situation. That shouldn't be a negative thing for Casper. It's him showcasing his human side, his frustration at the lack of humanity in a situation like war. What's happening to his family and friends. And it's seemingly not, I guess, to the same drastic effect, but even in this time now, the Exodus developers now coming after Shai with conjunction to Casper. He says, why has the Casper chain stopped shortly after mainnet launch, where only the Casper devs mine the chain, which I have been asked about for as a FUD for Casper. He addresses this, which is good that we now have the answer, and we'll be able to find this very, very easily in my Discord server in the future. So where's the millions of dollars that VC Polychain funded Jonathan and in DAG Labs prior to the launch? What was the potential of hash rate shortly after the launch? And so on and so forth. Many more questions, which I'm not going to go through all of them, because again, that would be PowerPoint reading. I want to try and keep things light and, moving along quickly enough. But either way, I'll answer the seemingly most important ones for me, which of course is the first one. So the first one, the 2 weeks after launch, why did the chain stop so shortly afterwards? Which again, I have heard of a problem about that. We've got the answer here. We asked the miners to stop mining due to a critical bug. Remember as well, quick sidebar, that Shai mentioned in a Discord, in the Casper Discord, that Casper, they could have released it in 2018. Ended up releasing in 2021, but they could have released it 3 years before that. If they had done that, I can very confidently say now that Casper would be nowhere near where it's at right now, because all the potential issues they would have had. Again, it took them an extra 3 years to delay the launch of Casper, and they still have some issue at the beginning, which, that's a bit of FUD. But point being, they waited 3 years, had an issue in the first 2 years, critical issues, but they overcame it, right? We then had to mine alone to restart the chain and test the fix. All money mined during this time, which is around 11 million Casper, was mined to a wallet held by me. After the network resumed normal operation, we did a community poll, so again, very open, very transparent, good for a proof of work project, fair launch, where the Polarity decided that the money should burn. So it is sent to a burn wallet where it's stuck to this day. This is the address. Mathematical proof that this public address doesn't have a corresponding secret key. Once more, in this post here. Again, information will be provided in my Discord, so you go check it out there. The link to it is in the chat once more. And many, many more things. So one of the seemingly only biggest complications to Casper that I've heard that hasn't been related to the price not moving had been the fact that there was an issue at the beginning of its launch, which has been answered numerous times, and now we have the answer right here. Which proof right here as well. It's not just him saying, trust me, bro. Other content creators tend to do. He's got proof here, which is ultimately where knowledge is so powerful. And why Shai repeatedly doesn't lose any argument, because he has the knowledge to back his theories. Well, not even his theories, back what he's saying. He has the knowledge behind it and the proof behind it as well. The question about DAG Labs, because DAG Labs was funded by Polychain Capital, who's a venture arm of Coinbase, that's a connection to Casper and Coinbase as well. Where did the money go from that? The money was used to fund DAG Labs. So where the money went to it was for DAG Labs, offices, salaries, equipment, all that sort of stuff. Again, he's a bit sharp tongue, which I wouldn't be as I mean, it's not even really that rude, but it's a bit condescending, I guess. But again, he is well entitled to do that. He's been asked these questions hundreds of times, and right now he's arguing with someone, not even debating, when he's arguing. The people are coming at his character and Casper. He's going to defend himself. You're right to get sharp-tongued about it. I try to take a more passive approach, I guess, but again, everyone can be as they will. In regards to the other questions here, which ones I want to answer. I mean, why? I'll answer number 7 here. I'm sure all the ones are quite important. And once more, I'll let everyone check it out in my server. But I don't want to read from a PowerPoint because that is, it's probably quite boring content to an extent. At least I would feel bored reading from a PowerPoint. I want to read it at my own time and make a TLDR of it. So why can't the team integrate smart contracts on L1? What are the shortcomings of the chain or dev team to have to explore off-chain solutions? Number 7. They can. And they're working on it. Good things take time. Short and sweet answer. And we know that already. You've got Project Sparkle. Now, it's not exactly on the L1, it's layer 1.5, but it is effectively L1. And they are working on it. Should take 8 months from now. Near the end or sometime in summer of 2025. And that is when you'll see developers jumping more on board, building stuff on the Casper platform, the Casper DEX. You'll see KRI with many of their projects being Warp Core, being the Gigawatt stablecoin, being the Asset Mint, being the I'm definitely forgetting a lot of them now. I'm blanking out, but I'm sure you've heard this stuff many times. A lot of the projects the KRI have in motion for Casper already have been in development for 10 years, if not almost a decade, since 2015, as one of them mentioned. And they also mentioned that a lot of them are ready. All they're waiting for is ZK Opera smart contracts on Casper. They're being developed right now. They take time. People are frustrated with that because, of course, because it's taken so long, they believe Casper's going to miss the bull cycle. I don't think it will. I still don't. Right now, we are truly in an unpredictable time. We could see a market top in Q1 following Trump getting into office, but potentially, and of course I'll be trying to take profits where I can, but potentially we could also see a double top, or we don't even see a market top. Then again, we don't truly know. We're in an unpredictable time right now. Trump being in power is, quite bullish for crypto, truth be told. But once more, we're in a position where institutional adoption is here for the first time ever in crypto. We don't know where the market is going to end up. Historical data can show us that, right now, 82% CPBI is probably going to come down a little bit over the next few days, I'd imagine, if it continues in this fashion and keeps correcting. Therefore, we might see it come down, go back up to 99 in Q1, and see altcoins go flying, Casper go flying, and then a correction. Again, we don't know. Right now, the heat map's still saying that we are cooling off. So again, we could see it come back down and go back up again later on. We have to wait and see. Right now, the market's correcting. We could see more coming very, very shortly. Of course, time will tell. I want to take a quick moment to touch on something. Once more, all information is available on my Discord server, as I mentioned. And also those who are aware, and I promise you I'm not going to do this a lot, but people as maybe are aware, I did end up launching my paid service for the Discord server yesterday, which is right here. This is where you can join the feeder Skull server, which again, there's nothing changed about it. If anything, it's got better in my belief. We're very interactive in there. We're talking more and more, and I am very happy with what's happening in that server, learning more. There's also the paid part here, to which those who have joined, which haven't been many, of course, right now, but those who have joined, which is fine. Again, I'm not by any means telling you to join right now, but we dropped some trades, some trades, some meme trades and stuff in the server yesterday. And one of them being this one here. This one right here, which we can see where it's at right now. Now, the reason why you see that chart here, which I'll show proof of it, is because we put this call. I say we, me, and the person I also have as part of my team who do the trades. We ended up calling this at 37k. I'll show you the proof of it right now. Show the proof of it right now. Here you go. We called it at 37k. We made multiple calls yesterday. All of them are up. This one in particular went up 3x. Well, it went up 3x. So just over that, 225%. Now, I do want to reiterate once more that you know, for me, how I personally traded this and how I would trade it, I tend to, because right now this is a small cap. It's a very small cap. Again, right now it's at 50k market cap. It was at 37 beforehand. It's a very, very small market cap. So what I believe should be done is it all comes down to how you're managing your risks, right? Which for me, how I manage my risk personally in small projects like this, I put a very small bag in, something I'm not worried about losing, because again, this is very risky. But once I made my 2x, or once I made a 100% gain, I take out my initials. At that point, all the emotional investment you have in this project is completely gone. At that point, you're letting just the profit ride. Yes, you'll potentially make less in the long run, but you're not going to lose anything off that. I literally lost no money, and I'm letting the profit ride. I'm up. It's fantastic. I'm happy about it. And once more with small caps as well, you should always, and I believe with small caps, should also be used to accumulate wealth. Don't wait for a 200x, because that is, you know, a 1 in a million. A little 3x or a little 2x, you know, take out, you've made a little bit extra capital and keep going in more and more, you know. But of course, be very, very conservative, right? Or you're not conservative, be very careful with your risks, right? And whilst the community, the free one is very, very good as well, and we've been doing it since the 1st of August, so about almost 5 months, which has been great. The benefits to this server, not just from learning how to trade, are the benefits to it as well. For example, we also have information tabs in there as well, which are slightly more informative, slightly more broken down, which I'm sure people who are in there can attest to that as well. But ultimately, right now, for its first day, it's been very good. We've already, you know, given quite good trades, made quite a bit of money from it, and I'm sure we'll see much more coming, even during these times right now. Even during these times, again, this token here, even though it's come down from when we called it, again, could have made a 225% gain, it's still up 34%. After this whole crypto crash, it may come down more, again, time will tell. But if you've taken your profits out here, or even just near the top, you're laughing. There's always, despite this corrective behavior, despite how bad the markets may be looking in the next month, there's still ways to make money. I'll still be trying. Lord knows I will. So ultimately, again, I'm not telling you, please join my server. You do as you will. I have a free server. You're welcome to join that, see how you feel about the server. If you enjoy what you see, I want to get a little bit more in tune to find even more research. If you want to, you know, actively make more money, potentially, then go check out the pay part. Again, link to the free one is in this chat right now, in the description, also in my YouTube homepage. And if you want to go navigate to the pay one, that's completely up to you. But we welcome you there, and we're going to be working hard, especially during this bull cycle, to make it as trustworthy, as organic, and also as, you know, hopefully as profitable for everyone as possible. But either way, right now, Casper, crypto, everything right now is definitely down, is looking a bit doom and gloom, and I do understand the sentiment and probably worries around this right now. I do get it, but I'm still not worried. I'm still not worried at all. I'm filling my bags more and more. Those who are joining a little bit later, who's wondering the Blackswan event, I will get into it in just a moment when I ask some questions, but ultimately it comes down to a announcement Donald Trump made, basically meaning there could be a potential government collapse, if you will, or freeze, or whatever it may come down to, federal agencies ceasing non-essential funding and functions in 2 days' time. Yeah, but the good news actually, though, Bufflick is right. Despite the correction in the cycle, because we've seen so many outflows, the volume has actually gone up massively, which is a bit of a double-edged sword, if you will, a bit of good and bad news, right? Because it's bad because Casper's coming down and crypto's coming down, but the volume's high, which is a good thing. It's a good thing, all in all. That will be a key indicator for the tier ones to jump on board, to look at Casper. No doubt about it. But I'd probably do it maybe near the bottom, or again, maybe after 10 BPS, of course, time will tell. Trump was not supposed to be bullish on crypto. What happened? I mean, he is. He's still got a lot of very, very bullish ideologies and sentiments behind crypto. It's just that he wants to, again, information I leave to my Discord server, he wants to basically, you know, again, he's urging Congress to pass legislations regarding the spending bill. Also to raise the deficit, or raise the debt ceiling, or whatever it was. Again, you know. So look, Wednesday disruption bipartisan efforts to avert government shutdown, to reject a stopgap bill to keep the government funded past the end of the week. Again, I'll once more information I'll probably make a more TLDR based on this in my server. I'm going to plan to make a video later today. Hopefully maybe 3 hours after the stream goes live. After the stream's done, about 3 hours afterwards, I aim to get a video out. I'll be talking about, big news for Casper, but once more also what's happening in the market right now. So you get a more structured part about that later, to go tune in for that. But either way, right now, Trump effectively, he's bullish on crypto and he wants to pass crypto bills, but he's not in office just yet, and he wants to try and get, he's trying to urge Congress to pass legislation that will tie up loose ends before he takes office next month by raising the government's borrowing authority. He basically wants to be able to borrow more money, I imagine, to then send crypto higher, or whatever else it may be. Again, I don't know if exactly what it is, but it's quite a difficult task what he wants to do. And of course, not everyone's really on board with that, but he's also then stated people are on board with that, which I to an extent understand, but again, because they're not on board with it, Trump's like, if you don't agree with me, you're losing your job when I get into office. And he's getting into office. So people are therefore like, okay, well, if you don't agree with it, then we're going to see a government shutdown, and then, any Republicans that, he warned Republicans who vote for the current legislative package and not for his one, could have trouble getting re-elected. So it's not like he's doing anything to affect crypto per se. He's still trying to set his government up to be bullish for crypto when he comes in, but right now the government doesn't want that just yet, or at least there's still people who aren't ready for that just yet. They don't want it. As much as we've got a very pro crypto cabinet coming in, it's not all in just yet. It'll come in soon. But yeah, Johnny Tucker says, don't be emotional, but logical. Again, this is all information once more. Despite the capital crashing, we may see more corrections in the next few days. It depends. Right now, Bitcoin is recovering, which is good, based off the initial fuzz now wavered down a little bit. But again, you'll probably see it consolidate around this region for the next day. And then depending on whether if we get it past, then cool, I think we'll see it start coming up a little bit or staying a bit. If it doesn't get past, that could be a catalyst and a sign to see Bitcoin and therefore crypto coming down more so. Where, again, tough to say, could be, I want to say it's in and around this region here. It's quite a wide range, 89 to 80k. I don't think it'll come down lower. Of course, anything can happen, but I'm more optimistic or more hopeful that it'll be in around this region here, and then we'll see, in due time, a massive reversal to the upside. True Casper believer and chance to buy more. Again, that's me. I'm sure that's most of us as well. We believe that this is just a prime opportunity to buy it more Casper, with the price coming down more and more. Where it comes down to, again, unsure. It could come down back to 10 cents again if you get a massive confirmation on the Blackswan. Could come down to maybe in the next bottom, which seems to be around, 9 cents down here. Potentially comes down here to 7-8 cents. These are all, again, we haven't got many zones, if you will, around this range here when Casper jumped from 5 to 15. For me, it would be 9, and then 7.9 here would be the next zone. So potentially, I think worst case for Casper would come down here. I'm more likely to believe it'll come here if we get the Blackswan. Again, it could come lower. Some people are saying 5 cents. I'd be surprised if it came down that far. But at the same time, if you think about it, from when we saw all the way back here for Casper, we saw a 70% correction. If you take that sort of understanding, therefore, we take it from this graph right here, from this top here, we could see it come down to potentially 5 cents being another 70% correction. So again, it's not out of the possibility. For me, it's unlikely, but again, anything can happen in this space. Anything can happen. It really does depend on what happens in the next few days. It's going to be crucial to understand where the market's going to go. So once more, don't be much to be logical and trade your discretion, and stay very vigilant right now. I'll be leaving up this in my Discord server. Go check it out as well. I'll buy more and more Casper. Big up to you. Big up to you, my man. Man, 11 cents. Come on, Mr. Atkins, get in early. You know what I mean? I pray he does. Although saying that, the SEC may shut down. So, either way, Trump's got a massive uphill battle on him anyway. So it's going to be a struggle regardless in the first, That's why he's trying to take action right now. Because if he doesn't take action now, when he gets in office, it's going to be a massive struggle early on. He wants to do it now before he gets to office. When he comes in, it's just boom, bullish. Like everything just goes how he wants it to. He's trying to do it early. Casper and Velo Labs. Velo Labs, I've heard about it. Once more, I'm not personally involved in the project. I could see why it could do well. But, I'm not in personally. What's up, Vaz, my man? To the moon, one day, hopefully. Good evening, Casper Frog. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing great, my man. Have a good day. I hope you're having a very good day. Haven't sold, will buy more at 10 cents. Word to that. Guys, Casper is up 8% since launch. Don't expect to do any pump further. Again, that might be the sentiment for some people that it won't pump any further from here. But once more, Casper's not actually entered the problem. It did all this during the bear cycle. You know, for me, Casper, while that is amazing, how it actually pumped 100,000% at 19 cents, so it's done even higher. You know, it's done insane from its initial launch. That's all during a bear cycle, and once more, projects do very well in a bull cycle. The major developments for Casper, like listings, like 10 BPS, like smart contracts, come out in 2025. So for me, we'll see a lot of price action in 2025. I think it will come further. That's my belief, though. Of course, people are in touch with their own beliefs. But I think Casper is going to do very well. And either way, I'm holding Casper long term. I'll take profit this cycle, come back in the bear cycle, and take even more profits and go up higher for the next cycle when it goes even more parabolic. Casper, you think it's a good time to keep buying Casper or see how things will play in the next 2 days? May go lower. I mean, once more, I'm not a financial advisor. It's up to you, my man, truth be told. Me personally, I'm DCing. I mean, obviously, I haven't got any extra dry powder right now, so I can't do anything. I'm hoping to get my paycheck coming through soon enough. But in saying that, if I had the dry powder right now, I'd probably be just DCAing very, very small amounts right now, like minuscule amounts right now, because again, it could come lower, it may not. But I'm still going to be holding more and more. That's me personally. Once I have the capital and the dry powder, I'll be putting in more and more into Casper, me personally, because I think, again, the ROI potential, if Casper comes down to here, that's a 2x. If it goes to all-time highs, which I think it will easily surpass that in the cycle. I think I still hold strong my belief for $2 Casper. If you can't hold during this storm, you don't deserve to get gains. Tower down 4%, Casper down 4%. I mean, that's effectively the same way I've been phasing it. You know, markets go up and down. We're seeing a Blackswan right now, but 2025 is not here yet. That's when the bull cycle happens. For me, we're going to see some downward potential probably for the next few days, maybe next week or so, maybe 2 weeks. We'll then see it consolidate, and then we'll see a massive recovery, and we'll see everything go parabolic. Bitcoin, alts, ETFs will get approved. All this sort of stuff will be absolutely parabolic. For me, I still think crypto's got higher highs. That's why I'm not selling anything. I'm holding more and more, and also, as I mentioned, I'm doing it my Patreon. I'm trading to try and make some extra profit while the prices are also down, so I can have the dry powder to fill in more and more. By the dip, over there, right. Stuff happens. This crypto high volatility is part of the game. Don't get 200% gains without edge. I mean, yeah, you can't always expect higher highs. Things go up, things go down. It's just how the markets work. You're completely right. In the past 12 months, 3.8 billion coins were mined with the inflation of 18.3. This should have crashed the price, yet Casper held strong. The price is still high. Think about it. Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, that's completely right. You know, more Casper mined, the price has not risen, so it's been suppressed. Once it does break this, support this level of resistance here, it would be explosive because of all the suppression it's had. The hash rate has gone from 118 to 1.5. Over a 10x, like 12, 15x in hash rate. I mean, the adoption's going higher, the mining's got more. You know, the amount of Casper that is mined right now is at almost 89%. It's insane. And the adoption's only going to go higher from here. It's just scared now. Imagine what could happen when the supply shock hits 100%. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not financial advice, of course, but I hold the same sentiment that Casper right now is due for reversal when the time is right. The market's not prepared for it right now. I mean, I'm not looking at my Casper bad personally either. I'm looking at the markets, of course, and I know how much that I am down right now, but I'm not worried still. Why would I be? That's also partly why I diversify. Obviously, everything's down right now, but that's why I diversify my assets. I diversified so I could have the ability to still make gains other ways and other means. Nothing has changed in the fundamentals, 100%. I take, and I don't care about the FUD, Binance Q1, I hope 10 BPS smart contract, my biggest bag, and then we'll see, 100%. Now they know it's not easy challenging Shy. He's so I mean, yeah, everyone who tries to come at Shy, be it Da Vinci Jeremy, be it Fred Krueger, being it FarmerBot, who's the Exelis CEO, senior developer, like everyone who's tried coming at Shy has failed. Because, again, while yes, he is sharp-tongued and that can negatively affect Casper, as people say, and I understand why, he's not Casper's voice. He is a voice of Casper, but he's not Casper's voice. Casper's voice is Casper's Twitter platform. If it's going to be anyone, it'd be Son Polinsky, being the core and founder and developer of it. Shy is just another key vocal opinion, but he's not Casper's voice. But either way, he is he's got a PhD I don't know exactly what it is, I can't remember. He's got a PhD in quantum cryptography. He understands crypto than most people better than the space. Trying to argue with Shy about crypto, about Casper, is really stupid. He has a PhD in it. You know, so I mean, he knows. Trying to argue with someone intellectual is the worst thing you can do. Really is. 2 cents soon? Who knows? I doubt it, but who knows? Jay, do you ever sleep? Sometimes I see you tweeting at 6 a.m. Honestly, I'm losing sleep every day right now. The markets are too volatile. I can't sleep. I've got to keep the information alive. There's so much going on right now. So much going on. Casper's a diamond, 100%. QC, AI. We talk to an artificial intelligence. It never sleeps. Yeah, you know what I mean? I must be AI. You know, AI is a dangerous thing nowadays. You can easily impersonate anyone's voice. So that's why even more so now when it comes to hearing information online, be very careful because anything can be fabricated. Whether, like, again, I put it in my Discord server once more, in the free section, in the scam section. You know, we had this post yesterday, which is probably AI based, but equally it could be like, look at that, Ledger support emails claiming to be breached, trying to steal seed phases, and look at the email support. The email got breached, but it was a hack. It's so easy to take advantage of people online. So I think you can be very, very careful and do your own research. What can you say about Ghost Wallet meant for Casper Swap for Casper Meme? I think Ghost Wallet is Crypto Galaxy's thing. I haven't looked too much into it. I know it's meant to be an open source thing. I don't personally use it too much. I know there's people in my server that has used it. I think Alyssa's used it. She might know more than I do. But once more, my man, if you want to know more, Sadiq, you can once more check out my Discord server and just ask around in there. We've got a channel for KRC20, and you can just ask, you know, if anyone used it, and someone will give you a better answer than I can because they've actually used it. That's why I've made the community. You know, must have got the pay section now, which is generating people a lot of money, or it's already done quite well, and I hope to do well, make them better in the future. The free server that is, it's just a community where everyone can interact and learn more. You know, so it's that's why I made it. So when it answers questions that I don't know, someone can provide you an answer. I'm looking around 85 cents, 8.5 cents, potentially, man. Potentially, who actually knows? What Casper holder category are you in, bro? You said you mentioned it in another stream, but I couldn't find it. Well, ain't that something? I don't even know what stream I mentioned it now. I mean, I won't tell you the exact one because I did say earlier I'm going to mention it. I won't say the exact one, but I will give you a compromise, and I'll tell you that I am not. I'll tell you that I am below. Well, you know, I'll tell you I'm below a shark. So you don't know whether I'm a dolphin or a fish or an octopus or a crab. People who remember know where I'm at. But I can, yeah, again, hand on heart, telling you I'm not shark. I'm lower than shark. So I'm one of these four. You can take your pick which one I am, but I've mentioned it countless times that I'm not a big holder. I'm not. I'm quite a humble Casper investor. I hope to build up more allocation to get more during the cycle to follow. But of course, we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully, Casper makes some big gains, and even my other picks make some big gains, so I can put more capital into it. 9 cents, 9.5 cents is a good. I mean, yeah, again, that seems to be quite a good range around here as well, based on the other levels we've seen here. There seems to be another good. Again, there are multiple zones, but it depends once more on what happens with Trump and stuff in the next few days. It does depend. We could see some more downside potential depending on what happens. If it gets approved by Saturday, if not, could see it come down more. If it does, then maybe it's to come up again. But you know, we'll discuss it more in the next few days, of course, as it goes on. Once more, don't be emotional, be logical. Do your own research, and you know, I do these streams every day to come chill and chat and learn more. Chill on these servers. I do the same, normally same time every day. And you can learn more Discord server as well. So just keep educated. That's all I can say, really. Don't try and get too shaken out in this part right here. I still strongly believe it, as well as many people do believe that we're going to still see higher highs in this cycle. That's why I'm holding still, and I will be holding for the foreseeable till the market recovers. And I'll be using this time to get more, because I see massive, even better potential from here. You know, increasing my ROI of Casper now. Fantastic. My absolute Casper's gone up quite a bit because I've been DCAing at all these zones up here, and I got in at 5 cents, and I kind of just didn't do much more. And then I started DCAing around here, all this stuff here, and a lot more recently. So now I can DCA at the bottoms here. It's fantastic. Ghost Wallet works perfectly easy to use, and you keep your private keys. So you can swap mint seamlessly based on your experience. Well, there you go. You can even join the server. You can again. That's why I have the community here, so everyone can answer the question. So that's good. So you have your answer right there, my man. Hopefully that helps. But with that now being said, that is going to be it for the stream today. Thank you everyone once more for watching. It has been a shaky time, to say the least. I'm sure everyone's quite panicky right now, but my conviction stays as strong as ever. I'm not worried. Casper's had some major announcement today regarding the roadmap update. This is bigger than people tend to realize. The fact that this company, who has interacted with regulators and policymakers, you know, they offer public and private developers and use of DLT, you know, it's a very, very big deal. And they have now said that Casper, they've nominated Casper as the most exciting DeFi solution. That's going to be a major thing going 2025. All this other information as well, new all-time high, the adoption still here much, much more. Of course, this is FUD. This may get worse. Of course, I'll put information in my Discord server. Time will tell in due time. But don't panic. If you want to learn more, check out the Discord server in the description, in the chat, also on my YouTube homepage. Right here, if you want to actually learn how to make money through trades and other means, you know, providing a lot more than just trades in there. If you want to learn more, then check out the executive side of things, the CF executives. I hope you have a good day, good evening, good night, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care now.